long absent glimmer of hope as we resume Dungeon. Previously checked out a couple of bosses and continued to foster some more rookie folk to further adventure. We're able to finance some fairly tangible improvements to a couple of buildings. We're gradually building up the settlement. Let's see what's on the table. Out of the Warrens. Cleansing. Mediums in the ruin. Warrens are our least used dungeon right now. We have some leveling to do there. On the other hand, we have a boss available for apprentice teams. Warm up with a little scout run first. Not with any of my nearly level 3s yet, since I'd like to use such a team as these three, plus somebody else, for the attempt on the Sodden crew over there. So that'll be their finishing move. Get a level 1 and 0 team put together. Then Woodman, Dog Lord. A Grubber and an Arbalist, maybe? And shooting. You have all of my usuals. Straightforward Dogman. Set up for not the front. And what do you got? Crush out. And I very rarely do anything but crush and shout with men-at-arms. Knockback skill. Go ahead and unlock that. Give it a shot. No, to greatly reduce the cost of training skills as well here in the field. Stun and knock back together, that's some handy crowd control. Wait, was that? Also a move forward, yeah, that's... yeah, keep him in the front. Fine moveset. Hook my grubber up with the map. Everyone else can just go as is. And provision. Alright. filled with disease, blight, and the subtle distinctions between the two.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
The nice homes don't need to be scouted. Those homes populated by clean, well-tempered swine are not subject of our war. All the disarm you. Off to the fine start, bone pile. Touching. Powerful liquors. Powerful hides. Just a book about health. Each page is just written the word bathe. Different font, different language. Sure, hitboxes remain a little weird and sensitive if you manage to walk in front of them. Especially the case for when you're moving backwards.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Free battle just spawned. To a fight.
Waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Maybe I should have had someone read that book. Most timid shout. Shoot a hog.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter. Another one falls.
Two, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. That's a little more persistent. This book. Yeah, I'll let that ride. Paid for in food. The shout making no noise if it didn't hit anyone, just kind of choked a little.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Very fight dense area. Let's be lit. Disgusting piles. Hooks hurt most places, really. Think of all the various places that you have, and ask yourself if any of them would appreciate being hooked. You do. Alright, you can blight cure yourself. That might have been very helpful to apply back when you were horribly plagued.
Them all. As the fiend falls,
This dungeon has not been kind toward Rubber. They're getting pummeled. Take the opportunity to just pile some bandages onto her. Here she stays well maintained.
their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Not loiter too long, but
This
take the
expedition
opportunity to
at least
recover.
promises success.
Mitigate some damage. It's still not a long dungeon. Most of the fights in it overall have probably clustered around this corner. Cluster they have.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Burial at sea, got it.
survival is a tenuous
This dungeon really hated our grubber.
in this sprawling tomb.
Look at everyone else, they're fine. Grobber just got brushed down. Wave after wave of folks who hate the grubber.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands. Executed with impunity. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
That's nice.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
To yourself.
Hacks laden with loot are often low on supplies. The swine folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
Just a dungeon with no time for grave robbing.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
Well, that was a learning experience for all involved. Now the coach. Rubber.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Yeah, let's restore our crime reserve. Crime and anger. Not enough deeds. Alright, we'll get to populating that. These three plus a front man. Like maybe Ponero. Is what I think I would go and hunt the crew with. On the other hand, I'm still a little short on cash. Who needs 2 books of sanity? That's just excessive. Light charm, ditch bad. Survival guides, no. Very many trinket. Animals of life. There. Howie Smith? Maybe. Fine smithing. You're good. You're good. File here. Let's set you up. Set you up with abyssal artillery. Take that over stab. Firmly a back row wizard. Doc will be in position 3. Do a little forward in position 2. What do you think the benefits from marks? Yes. Outrush benefits from marks. Oh. Have you swap out Cry Havoc for target whistle? Right, frontline dogman. There we go. Team composition emerging. Let's hunt the crew. Or what do we have here now? Incohate flesh. Do we hunt pirates or do we hunt the meat? Gear for a back row man at all? Just a support man? Yeah, we hunt meat. I guess if you just focused on their support stuff and the fact that they have a cover skill, so... With that, they could tank from anywhere. Curatives are less important since I have the doctor on hand. They are just for curio interaction for the most part. Herb gut bandage. There. Just go supply heavy. Probably should have brought scouting gear, but whatever.
As each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
Yeah, that's our ancestor.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
I'm bored of noble life. I'm gonna be a wizard. Wizardry is hard. No one said wizardry would be hard. What do I do with all this flesh? It's everywhere.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Let's set this up and see how well it pays off. Oh, and it's the marking and an armor debuff. Hey, come here. Resistant. Also just the thought that however our ancestor was conducting this mad science and wizardry just involved accumulating vast quantities of wasted meat. Just trying to open portals and conjure up strange beasts and just getting kind of slurry. Yeah, that'll do. That's a payoff. And that mark lasts for, yeah, a couple of rounds. I might have a stone boosting trinket somewhere. There, now you are dead. So are you. I could just chill out now. Yeah, mark this body.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
The actual moment to just relax and bide my time. Also very nice on the base percent there. I can combine the reconstruction with the doctor. All the risk is taken out of it, and it just becomes... At worst, it costs a second action to heal a little more. Good, an actual hacked back row, so I can make full use of my artillery. Madman accuses our sorcerer of doing terrible, unholy things, and he just kind of nods and shrugs. Criticizes his pronunciation of the names of various ancient beasts. You have to roll the H, you plebe!
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
There. Party solved.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Just take a little token heal and get ready to open that box. Nice.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Particularly since with the synergy I have going between the occultist and the doctor, I'd rather the doctor move after the occultist on most turns.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Packed right now, but it's largely just our opening consumable glut, so we're still pretty good. Anyway, let us begin to crisscross the dungeon. That's what I'm feeling here as far as our exploration pattern. Do a simple back and forth. Hope for some scouting procs so that we can rule out some of those dead ends sooner. Intuitively, I'd suspect that the boss is either over there or over there. Those seem like the meatiest corners.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
I wonder if the level generator is biased towards making sure that the boss is deeper into the dungeon, or if it'll sometimes just drop it on your doorstep. Of these, the portrait has the most value to me. I can leave some change, and what even is a jade?
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Much as I hate to leave coinage behind. for an opportunity to put more of my stuff to work, like my other keys. Nice dog treat. Save the other one for the boss, but say I'm trying to lighten my inventory. Go ahead and... try to escalate this. Get these all dealt with soon.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Yes, and this is a team that has a second source of marking, so I don't even need to use the target whistle necessarily. I can vulnerability hex into hound rushes.
Be gone, fiend.
Hound rushes, which are already extremely powerful when they are, you know, treat boosted.
Continue the onslaught.
Dog is a mighty weapon.
Them all.
Alright, now this is enough loot to merit jettisoning some consumables. Anti-venom is the first to go. Anti-venom for the cash. Herbs for the onyx. No, not the onyx. For the bust. A helpful hat. And a pile of crust. Bandages are next to go. Good haul.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Oh wait.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Eat whole crests. Fine, down this holy water. Just chug it.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Wheat dungeon, filled with hunger. Formation, terrifyingly jumbled. At least I have some tools for getting out of this. Okay, so... free or pull. Artillery. I need to start piling the damage into them. Want things to end quickly. Let's see. Dive behind. You closer to where you belong. And actually, yeah, this is enough of a cluster that I'd like to just power through it as quickly as possible. Yeah, you're dead next turn. Thank you for repositioning my wizard.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, another Hound's Harry will dispose of him. Awful man.
His power. Unleash it.
Such virtues. There we go. Need you in position. And there we go. Situation is now largely in hand again.
Well struck.
Give you the old death bop.
A trifling victory, but a victory
And move
nonetheless.
charm. Portraits only form stacks of 3. Dense as hell. Feel shame that I can't leave this reward hanging until after I camp. Love to just...
The light, the promise of safety.
Getting loaded up on treasure, so I'm kinda gonna shift into boss hunting mode. You know, it had attack, Buron. You didn't have to snap the barrel open.
With a singular purpose.
Alright, boss location confirmed. We will mosey on up there, camp, and then confront the meat. Books? Saw blade.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy on
Knew that one was
eyes
there.
on
I just
eyes.
plowed into it. Alright. Now we rest. And we feast.
Close, in tenuous firelight, and uneasy companionship.
Take the chance to cure a disease while we're camping here. Disease at minus 20 health. Minus all of your dodge. Let's cure that. Oh, it's a self-target, damn it. Right. Gross. Prepare some tactics. Stress. Yeah, instruct. Lay down more buff. No idea how much stress Meat Wall is going to generate. I find wound here. I'm no physician, but your patient is.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
I did not set the guard. Oh well. Fine, let's get ambushed. Here. Yeah, this is a pretty soft ambush, all things considered.
A decisive pummeling. Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Already under control.
Another one falls. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Store the formation. Minister the snacks. And steady as we go. Curious scrollings. Dog is excellent trap removal tool.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only
Get
the
back.
strength to follow it. Squirming, contorting, and ever expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Undulating. Alright, so let's see. We got. It all has one health bar, but it's divided into modules, and from that initial round, I take it that what modules it has in the field will shuffle around in response to our actions. I may as well take this round to test if,
Devastating blow.
yes, hitting multiple segments gives me damage for each hit. Means laying multiple dots will also give me damage for each hit. Oh boy, I hope you like bleeding. That's actually now 8 damage per turn for 3 turns, unless it shuffles a piece out. Dedicate you. And no, the dots are carrying over. Excellent, you are less dangerous than I thought. You're in Cohate Flesh. Yeah, that looks like a fighty boy. These let it recover. These will stab and blight.
A singular strike.
A singular quad strike. That's very efficient dogging. I've brought the ultimate counter meat team. Boss of life. Cute. He can do more damage to a single segment, especially one of these softer ones, than the Bella would add up to. So all the debuffs already in place. I think I'll... He is toughening up a bit.
Impressive.
And while it is 4 segments, it looks like it's only getting 2 actions a turn, maybe? Maybe less. Alright, set us up for a nice strong hit. We can finish this with 1 dog. Or almost finish it with a riposte. In fact, if it goes first, it does.
It is as grotesque
Regardless, it does.
as it was in life. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Success! Meat is slain. Success at bringing home a grotesque mass of crests. And creating 3 more veterans. Understandable reaction to encountering the meat blob. We have defeated the first of meat. Perhaps many more meat await.
You'll know the tragic extent of my failings.
Now I have to build a new good rookie team. Play the next boss. You still qualify, I just need to build you a support group. Get you cleaned. Every form of medicine relies on knives. my heavily plagued veteran roster just keeps on adding more sickness. All my humors, all my ennui, lethargy, worries and fits. Very fussy veterans, and the one elite band of crime. Oh, that's because I'm a veteran thing selected. Don't worry, I'm sending you after the crew. I'm building a crew team. A crew. Some boat folk. Who are my Iron Swan? This might be able to... be able to hack it. Go ahead and get them a round of upgrades. Really might be preferable to put anything in the place of this antiquarian. Anything at all. Over the tiny degree of healing that it generates. Let's consult the wagon. Do I have any rookie proper heals? Not really, no. Pick up a new crusader. Discard any of these. Certainly a team here, but it lacks staying power. Doesn't quite feel like a boss lane team. On the other hand, the attack elements of it are very aggressive. Aggressive and flexible. I can always take them in and then bail if they start running into problems. Yeah, my Arbalist, right? Yeah, the battle medicine that makes it a much better back row desperation support unit for actual fighting. Yes. Can I get you, yes, a better bow? Thinking about what gear I could try to toss into this. Get my map book. I'll leave the others open.
Had become a nuisance along the old road, and so I undertook to receive my most curious deliveries by way of marine shipments. A sheltered jetty was accessible by a narrow stone stair off the back of the manor, and a discreet system of pulleys could hoist even the heaviest prizes up the rock face from a securely tied dinghy below.
The logistics of being a wizard.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Like, I would just love if you showed up to a boss dungeon and the boss was just over here in this corner. Meanwhile, everything else is out there sprawling away, and then just, nope, they're right here. You planned ahead!
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Ah, good. A large min who slips into the middle section, that's pretty ideal. Eh. Could potentially just finish off the gunner right away. Not quite. Worth investing in. Now I can finish off the ore, bludgeon through and kill Knife Boy.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
Removing someone who had not yet acted. Resistant. Only slightly, though. And not at all to bleed. A very porous man. Already dead.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Waste time a little in the hopes of squeezing out a free heal. Good time.
A death by inches.
Conklin, please calm down. If you'd use the appropriate tools. Don't go handling mystery boxes without the safety gear. Come on. Yep, instinct was correct. There's prizes over there, but not our destination. Just waiting at one of those dead ends. Relax with refreshing book. Yeah. There's decent dodge already. Relax, get accuracy.
Now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Torches, well, boxes and bags, sustaining progress. Delivering appropriate value. Hello, pack of fish. A weird target profile.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yes, as anticipated, and playing around. A lot of very flexible attack options on this group. Relatively nasty fish pile, but it's one we brought under control quickly.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Starting to run down the supply of dungeon. Don't anticipate a skeleton key has anything to do with a clam. Double it? Yeah.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
And moving on, moving on. Outman is getting a bit stressful. Quad grouper. Burn a treat on this.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I was perhaps hasty in burning the tree.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. These nightmarish creatures can
Slide
be
match.
fought. They can be beaten.
Right, not you. Thank you. Never mind. Now I brought a Sheldon. You have one of those in storage already. Love it.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Battle, and then boss somewhere over there.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Set them up and then we bleed them out. Or just impale them on the halberd.
The slow death, unforeseen.
Powerful combinations in this team. Just regular knife. Fancy knife is not always called for.
Grievous injury, palpable fear.
Good. Pay for bleeding.
Slowly, gently.
3 damage left in that bleed.
Is taken.
Just You off. Eject the herbs. Well, here we are. 50-50 shot of finding boss on next move. Let's camp.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
There, you have the cure other people's diseases move. I have brought no one diseased. Alright, so it looks like trancing around a pep talks. Or I gamble on the gallows humor. You have Hound. Dog. Dog is friend. Now let's see if the rudeness pays off. Neutral. Well, you don't have any stress to try to cure. Everyone is fully healthy. Let's just string you bow.
As the light gains purchase,
No ambush.
spirits are lifted and purpose is made clear.
Now, where are the pirates?
Decisive pummeling. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
You got for me, box.
Packs laden with loot.
Presents. Alright.
Often low on supplies.
Is this the pirate crew? Let's find out. All together now.
Even in death, the
Ahoy.
captain shouts his orders, and the crew obeys.
Alright, so let's see what the situation is. We have this fellow up here with the 14 health. Bleed resist. Little debuff resist. Cannot be moved. Decent blight and stun. Half protection. Unholy fellow. Then we have the pile. Is blight sensitive. big and has 2 actions. Dog up. Bleed is not much of a thing with this team, especially not on the Pullman. Try to set up some marks with other people. Now though, gamble on the chance, since it's not immune. Yes! Set a mark. Set 2 people who can distribute, who can cash in on it. And what do? E2. Immobilized and drowning. Alright, so I have to kill this Heaveman in order to rescue my Zerker. Alright, he dies on his turn. Oh, you still get to act, you just are drowning. Okay, that works. Yeah, give it a stab.
Precision and power.
And that is why we mark. Oh, and you haul people up. Bleed you, since that is an adequate bleed.
The ground quakes.
That is why we mark. Alright, yeah, another sniper's mark, inappropriate round of stuff, and we will just destroy him. Man, I've been underusing marks. I gotta watch for more mark buffed moves. And mark sources, these are great. But yeah, reposition yourself, because the best direct damage thing you can do is the plague knives. Well, arrows. The disease.
Powerful blow.
perfect. No one respects my grobbers. Getting closer.
They are cursed to float forever.
And vessel of
In the
peril.
swirling blackness, far beyond the light's reach.
Blood charm and a dodge stone. Good loot. And we bail. Decent boss fight. And another tambourine. Perhaps was the tambourine mission one of the ones we wiped on elsewhere? I feel like a lot of blood was shed in pursuit of tambourines at some point.
The beating heart of the gambling hall. Now bloodless and still.
Crime on the rise. Who could that be? We're half off at the bar and brothel. Go ahead and repair some of you after your grand adventures. Are you pious in some way? No, you demand gambling. Service unavailable at this time. You demand beverage. You don't really need the de-stress anyway. You're fine. Alright, this is our first tambourine. The other tambourine attempt must have ended in tragedy. More portraits. Like 4 portraits out of my various non-crest. Not enough liquid acid sitting around in the other flavors. Tambourine. Ah, we have the friendly tambourine, and now we have the hell tambourine as well. Create the double tambourine jester. High light, low light, festive anyway. Put a lock on our abomination. Let's try to do something better and to close off this session. Make this a boss rush kind of day. Play every boss we can. Ultron, crests, busts, and a pile of gold. For now. Build you a team. Third. Abomination, yeah, won't go with a Crusader. Perhaps 2 wizards. Alternatively, I do have this doctor. Doctor, aside wizard, is a strong combination. These two have proven well. Good old-fashioned crime. The mixed bag, apparently. Go out to the smith. Just be sure that everyone is very polished and up to date. That was the wrong criminal to buff the gear on. Liquidate a bunch of scrub trinket. What have I never been using? Buckle. Leper armlet. Too many move charms. If it works, I'll be getting a second Cauldron anyway. Yeah, we'll bank on that. Skill ups are far less expensive. And pawn off something else. Buy provisions. I think that'll do it. You up with the map? Healing charm. Offensive blight. I feel like I had something blight boosting. No, that's resist. I gave away my blight-inducing things. Counting harder will be useful. There's a heavily loaded mix bag. Let's hunt a necromancer.
I entertained a delegation of experts from overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical processes I had found to yield wondrous and terrifying results. Having learned all I could from my visiting guests, I murdered them as they slept.
Yeah, that's our ancestor.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
I think he's over there. I'd put him over there. May as well check the dead end first, because with our scout chance we'll probably be able to see it all after one room. There are reasons that no one stays overnight when invited to our wizard uncle.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, good fight. Profitable engagement. Good times for everyone involved. Hey, that is my trick. That is proprietary. Stop that. Yeah, you're up here now. How do you like it?
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Upgraded plague grenades are quite brutal. Anything at the back just gets horribly mauled. Rotted away in an instant.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Good roll. Good effort on your part.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Interrupted the scouting. There we go. Nothing there but fights. Turn my back on these. Pop this box and walk away.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Put a crest pile. Need a lot of put torch. There. Let's not go to that half of the manor.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Classic journal entry.
The cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Right, the trap. I was getting ready to disarm that. It is disarmed. Everything is fine. Just keep moving. An end of no use. Oh. There, everything is fine. Dungeon status nominal. Scout rolls, what to plow forward. That was a fight. Just a small fight. Reconstruct the ghost liquor out of you.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Good fight.
Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Sim portraits. Sim portraits when I am pretty close to finishing traversing the dungeon. Back to the herbs. Us without keys.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Ow. That's fine. Trifling sacrifice of cash dollars. Like oil. We can just drag that up to the front row. Do some fine chopping. Bullets from a gun, yeah. Fighting also on this well. You both shifted back into the way. Well. Our Crusader valiantly brandishing the eviction notice that we gave him as the rightful lord of the estate. Adventurers are imbued with immense legal powers. There's the key I would have needed.
That overconfidence is a slow and
Tragic.
insidious killer.
Slow and insidious. Although I could use it on the sarcophagus. Let me... Bye, holy water. Hello, key. Don't. Fine.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
And boss found. One fight between us and there. And we still have our camping gear. Go forward. Good to get back into a fight before this bleeding ended so that I can cure it proper. Blood end, get you medicated. I did not swap those two back into the positions they prefer. It's fine, they're kind of interchangeable. Back at those layers of the formation, as long as they're not up front, they're both fully functioning.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. These nightmarish creatures can be felled, they can be beaten.
Barricades between me and the target. Pile on the cash. Final curio. Friendly Iron Maiden.
Can be found in the most
Hey Doc,
corners of this place.
give it a jab. Rusty as hell. Fortunately, you can spend the night curing that disease. Supposing we have spare time for it. So we rest.
Gathered close,
We feast.
continuous firelight,
We prepare.
easy companionship.
Beach is a strong candidate. Mortality debuffs to clear. Who do I give the vapor? Would benefit more from the raw healing, but you are also on the front. Lost 4 of my remaining time. Does leave space for a basic wound care as well. Bandage you. Vapor you. And then we rest. Good morning, tiny skeleton party. That sets them up for some crowd control. And mark on you. The buff. Rounds and yeah, zeal. It's clear. That's
Obliterated. In Radiance, may we find victory.
in Radiance, may we find cash dollars. Ration. There's one trap and two miscellanea between us and victory. Set restore formation.
The match is struck.
Eject our final torches.
Star is born.
Pile on yet more crests.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I don't know, we got a lot of treasure. I think we could staunch something with this. Necroman 2, let's go.
Towering, fierce, terrible, nightmare made material.
Right away, we will test your resolve and get... Yes.
Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this
You do not back down in the face of this scrub mage. You don't have any back row targets available yet, so just reconstruct yourself like a pro. And... And bleed. Nice. Start bleeding. And not quite powerful enough to just carve your way through with the full overflow, but if I'm just smiting things, yeah, absolutely, you could chop a skeleton around. Maybe with another embolden. Perhaps a gun.
ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
And it is escalating with the ads.
Annihilated.
I must escalate with the control. I have to switch to Grape Shot as well to support that. Just maintain a steady pace of grinding down enemies up front. Golden harder. 2 rounds is that bold? Keep you vulnered. I think the only move I have on the team right now that cues off marks is the regular pistol shot.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear. ground quakes.
Very stun resistant. Would not count on the disorienting getting him. Keep emboldening. Expand the boldness of the vapor. $17 in the bleed, or 10 to 19 in the knife preferable at this range, even with the mark. Our highwayman is not well acquainted with the works of Harryhausen.
Eradicated.
Man, just the fact that I've been keeping control of the skeleton spawns means that the Necromancer has never gotten into the back row, so I never got to hit him with the really heavy artillery. Either way, he's done now.
With no living sinew to actuate them, will these walking bones finally fail?
New Bloodthirst Rain. Helpful. Yeah, boss rush session. Meat and sailors and bones. Pretty good bosses in this. They bring distinctive gimmicks to the table and quickly communicate what those gimmicks are, and then the player is rewarded for effectively using their tools to deal with them. Renault has achieved champion level. Chief Bone Rattler.
Curiosity, interest, and obsession. Mile markers on my road to damnation.
Because of that, we only lost one rookie Grobber. So, fine progress all around. So we now have a more diverse crop of level 4s, our first champ. And we're continuing to work on veteranizing up the whole rest of the lineup. And 3 more bosses checked off the list. So I suppose next time, this party's good. I should keep it in mind for other situations. Next time, largely more of the same, and maybe we put ourselves in a position to confront a, yeah, you aren't willing to go on medium missions. Build some teams to start going after medium bosses. Additional medium bosses, as we've clearly conquered one. And and see if we have any other rookie bosses left to clear paths to and destroy. Goals. Culminating, Gibbering, Necro Lord, Hag, 12-pounder, Hag Witch, Swine King, Unstable Flesh, Swine God, Formless Flesh, Luring, Sunken, Beguiling. Yeah, these all sound like bigger versions of all the other bosses we've seen, so I think we've cleared all the rookie basic bosses. And we'll move on to other levels. Rookie missions are now just for building up new veterans and unwinding when the veteran teams are all worn out. But in due time, we will take more people deeper into the dungeons.